Well, I'll sing you a love song through my gritted teeth about how I would die for you when at worst I graze my knees. Yeah, I'll sing you a love song about holding your hand and build you that castle, but only out of sand. Yeah, I'll sing you that love song that's been sung 1,000 times by 1,000 different people into 1,000 different eyes.
Well, my name's Stan. How would I describe myself? I suppose I'm a creative person that does lots of things for the amusement and entertainment of others, or mainly just myself. Well, initially I started writing songs at sort of 16 and then stopped and was doing sort of more comedy and poetry stuff. And I've just got back into writing songs again, and recently I've just sort of set my challenge at the start of this month to write 20 songs this month, and I'm on 19 and a half actually, so I think I'm nearly there. I was just working on one this morning, so I'm nearly there.
So how did you find the inspiration for 20 songs?
Just, well, I don't know, things happen in your life and you just sort of, write about that. But sometimes it's just a title comes into your head and you can go from there, really.
At the crescendo, well, I'll slide down on my knees. Yeah, I'll sing you a love song, that's what you want to hear. And I'll even bring out the orchestra.
I like to sort of set myself these sort of creative writing challenges. So I was doing a short story one where I would just take 3 words and try and write a short story based on 3 words. And so I've got quite used to sort of putting together ideas from small beads of thoughts, from that.
Fantastic. So Sheffield has a rich tradition of songwriters, singer-songwriters.
Yes.
Why do you think particularly that might be?
I suppose Northerners have a great fluency with language. I think there's playfulness there, and there's an honest and a realness which possibly other counties possibly lack. So I don't think you'd be able to get a Jarvis Cocker from London, or I don't think, or a Morrissey from down south, because you'd have to have a little bit of bleakness to be able to sort of find some hope there. Imagination is its strongest when it's up against it.
So you're from Sheffield originally?
No, I'm actually from the Midlands, which is Staffordshire, which is described as the creative county. So, I suppose it's Shakespeare, country, land, and Dr. Johnson. So, there's a sort of tradition of words there as well.
So you came to Sheffield as a student?
As a student, yes, yeah.
Yeah, and you've lived in London and back again?
And back again, yeah.
Great. So do you notice any big difference in terms of songwriting and songwriters between London and Sheffield?
I certainly notice a difference, because predominantly, because the sort of songwriting for me is sort of a new thing that I've started this year. I'm predominantly sort of poetry based. There is a slight difference in that. I think there's a richer diversity of voices in Sheffield and in the north, where it seems to be quite stylised in London.
So what are your own favourite songwriters or your influences?
I suppose there's the big hitters. There's the sort of Tom Waits, Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan. You have that sort of trio of the trio of good songwriting. I suppose Joni Mitchell would be maybe Mary Magdalene somewhere fitting in that way. But I don't know. I'm a big sort of 80s indie fan, and I just think just the lyrics in the 80s were just you just have just really odd ideas. Even in the crappiest of songs, the lyrics lyrically it was always quite interesting. But big Morrissey fan, I suppose.
Great. So there's an event coming up on the 10th of March.
Yes, that's right.
Where?
It's at the DINA Bar on Cambridge Street. It's a new arts centre, so it's an art studio upstairs, and then they're putting on sort of different music events, and they're just trying to encourage lots of different creativity and lots of different creative people to have a space to put on different events. And Yes, so I proposed an idea of putting on a night just for songwriters, because I often find that an open mic, not that songwriters are unwanted, it's just that when compared to a song that is played on the radio and someone's just done that, people are naturally going to lean towards a song that they're familiar with, rather than challenging their ears to sort of listen to something new, which is never always easy. I think that there is a thirst and a sort of appreciation of songwriting, and I personally would rather hear someone, even if it was terrible, sing their own song, because I know it's sort of them expressing themselves and a sort of part of themselves, and they're trying to get something out from within, so they're showing an aspect of themselves that you wouldn't normally see, and that's that's an enjoyable experience, that's an enjoyable thing to see and listen to. It's 8 o'clock, it's going to be a monthly show. If you're a songwriter, please do get in touch. It's the Sheffield Songwriters Club on Facebook, and you can find me on Twitter at Stan Skinny. And it's just to sort of just encourage people. It's going to be a whole night of just people hearing new music. That's it.
And I'll ride in on a white horse, climb up your drain pipe and read you some romantic verse. Yeah, I'll ride in on a white horse and kiss you while you sleep.
I want to sort of break down the barrier of what stops people from writing songs, or if there's a sort of person who's musically gifted and just sort of like, oh, but I don't really like the sound of my own voice, but I've written all these music pieces, hoping to sort of combine them with someone who, say, writes lyrics, say, or poetry, and bring a sort of happy marriage together of those two beings, and something hopefully would blossom from that, which might be beautiful. It's to try and encourage people just to start songwriting, writing their own songs, and that can be of any genre.
That love song, I'll even close my eyes, clench my fists and hold my breath and sway to the side. Yeah, I sing you that love song with the 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's a great can-do attitude of Sheffield, which I really like. People, we're a little bit excluded in a sort of arts funding sense, so I think there's an attitude of, oh, sod you, we'll just go out and do it. So there is a great sort of entrepreneurial spirit, I suppose. There's a lot of people just doing it themselves. There's Word Life, which is a poetry night, which is always enjoyable. There's also Romp in Rotherham, I've always enjoyed. And then comedy-wise, there's Square Hole Comedy, which takes the place of Red Deer, which is a fantastic independent comedy night that puts on really diverse and interesting alternative comedians. And there's just like a sort of burgeoning sort of scene in Sheffield. There's something for everybody.
There's a third-town mail on your jump ship and bail.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Stan Skinny. The night is called the Sheffield Songwriters Club, which I think you can find on Facebook. Yeah, so there's something for everybody in Sheffield, which I think if you just look hard enough, it's there.
To be